Welcome back to another video from Cut Roller Productions. Today we're out here at Walden Park in downtown Walnut Creek. They got a nice little course out there with a great club. A lot of support out there all the time for their weeklies, which are on Wednesdays. Usually get about 30 to 50 people for their tag rounds. Pretty good. Today we got King of the Chains, Final Four, Chris Basuino versus Michael Kennedy, and Vince Cervantes versus Chad Inman. There's the president, Chris Dana, giving out the cards before the start of the round.
McBallerson.
Chad McBallerson showing me some love before the round.
Good round, cameraman.
Chris as well.
Camera guys.
So we're starting off at number 2, which is our first hole of the day, par 3. Playing about 200 feet. That's just the standard position. It's not where it's at today. Today it's to the left on the elevator, as you'll see. So number 1 seed for the tournament, Chris Basuino is going off first. Throwing his classic rocker up the middle. That'll play. Got the 4 seed, Michael Kennedy, taking the little forehand flex approach, popular play as well. That'll give him a look. With the 3 seed, Vince Cervantes teeing off next. He tugged it a little bit, hit early. We'll have an outside look. The 10 seed, Chad Inman, going with a little forehand flex as well. And hit early. I think we've all done that out here. Smooth little upshot. Vince dropping down to a knee for this birdie putt. And just doinked it right off the front of the cage. Mike straddling out big on the first hole for this birdie look. And he got blocked out by that branch. Branch is in a pretty dirty spot. Chad McBallerson, almost with the same putt. And he just smashes it right through there. Good save. Pretty popular straddle out from that side. Chris knocks it right into. Rest of the guys tapping out. So after 1, Chris has a 1-up lead over Mike, and Vince and Chad's match is all square. So hole number 2 for this round, which is really hole 3, is playing on an elevator on that stump across the path. It's a pretty cool position. Just gotta pipe it up that right side and let it flare across. Vince hits that tree and drops a little early. Mike ripping one out there. Needs to come back. And that'll give him a look. A little high from Vince. Needs to get sneaky. And it does.
Find that woodpecker hole.
Ballishin throwing his patented Chattel Lantern Destroyer. Big skip, almost hits pole. Great shot. There's a long look for bird. Smartly lays it up. So Mike tried to get that one back from the hole before. And that was a great run. Boom. And smashes in that bird. Great putt to that high basket. Chad is a little bit short on his birdie bid. A lot of foot traffic in this park right there. The path goes out to the, I think it's the Iron Horse Trail. Big old long trail. So Chris 2 up over Mike, Vince 1 up over Chad. Mike did miss that little tap in. Happens on those high baskets. We got hole 4. Chris rips one nice and low out there, getting that flare to the left. Vince a little too low, but popped up and it's working.
Wow. There's Vince for you.
Ballison ripping it high. Hard to see it against that bright sky. But that'll get him down there for a birdie look. A little bit short left. Might gain over on that one a little bit, hoping it's going to flex back hard, but it hits and drops straight down.
The last couple rounds.
Smooth little up shot. Put him right there. Ballerson going for the forehand up. Nice touch. After that low hit, Vince got all the way down there. Worked out pretty nice. A little high on his bid. Mike coming back with a nice par. Vince banging in his par. And Chris with the birdie drop in. Great drive. So after 3, Chris takes a 3-up lead on Mike. Vince is 1 up over Chad. Got hole 5, about 250 feet. You can see the basket way over there on the right. As I pan over, trying to show you that there's a Mando tree right there. So most players will take a little forehand, try to get that skip around there. Of course, he's gonna try to show you how to do that right here. Little wrist roll, and that almost puts him over there on number 8 in the pond. Some flags around there playing his OB, but I think he was safe on that one. Mike's showing you the more traditional line right there. Nice big flare. Great shot.
About right.
Vince trying to turn over. And he is getting stuck up high in that tree.
Come down. Did it stick?
Yeah. Who's got?
McBallison unleashing a thumber.
Cheater.
Hard to pick up, but a drop down around there. He'll have a hell of a look. There you see Vince is stuck up there. Chris just laying up. So this is for Vince's 3, the 2-meter roll. Good bid. Chad could take a stroke back right here. Ah, good run. A little bit outside. Great drive. Mike has this one for birdie. Cashing in on it. McBallerson taking the par, winning the hole as well. Barrel's cleaning up. Moving on. After 4, Chris is 2 up on Mike, and Vince and Chad's match is all square now. Hole 6, 225 feet. Pins way over there to the left. So they're just on backhand highs, just trying to skip their way down there. And Mike hit a little early, a little bit low on that. Chris is showing you the textbook's line right there. Nice little skip. That'll play. Walden ripping it out there too. Fortunately, he's hitting and dropping down. Vince sees an opening. It's working in.
That looks like it.
Oh, Mike with a great run right there. All over it. Vince getting in to go as well. You're right there. Ballerson here is getting aggressive, trying to jam a forehand putt in there. Gave it a run. Chris for his 2. Oh, pretty nasty chain out right there. Ballerson knocking the 3 in. So, little par frame right there. No blood drawn on that hole. After 5, Chris 2 up on Mike, and Vince and Chad's match is still all square. Hole 7, 285 feet. This one has an island short and an island around the basket. You have to be within the island to be in bounds. Otherwise, you go back to the drop zone with a stroke. So Mike threw it a little bit low and almost got to that first island, but unfortunately he is going to be out of bounds going to the drop zone. Chris is taking his wedge right here and throwing a nice little flat turnover, trying to slot it in that second island up there. And he snuck it right in there. It was a great shot.
You go on the island and off it.
Vince going with his trusty Eagle Glow MD3 that he got off of Chris. That thing is working nicely. Smooth little turnover, slide it up to the island.
You getting that, Diz?
And McBallerson going with his Chattel Lantern Destroyer again on the forehand. Big skip, trying to stick it in the circle. And it just rolls out a little bit wide, a little bit short. So Mike from the drop zone going for his 3 right here. Nice little touch forehand, hoping it will stick. Stick around, and it does. Have a look at 4. And there's Chad throwing his up there nicely from the drop zone as well. So this is Chris in the island for his birdie. Cashing it in. And Vince's birdie look right here. Oh, teeter on the back and falls in. Good bird. Mike and Chad are going to be tapping in their bows. So after 6, Chris is back to 3 up versus Mike. And Vince is taking a 1-up lead over Chad. So number 8's got a little moat. So it's got like about a 10-foot circle around the pin. Then a 30-foot circle. If you're within the 10-foot, you're good, and if you're outside of the 30, you're good. If you're right between the inner circle and the outer circle, it plays as OB. You take it from when you went in. Chris ripping a classic rock right up the middle, slides it up there right into the circle perfectly. Mike taking one out. It's getting a little too stable on him. But it does slide just outside of the 30-foot circle, so no penalty. Vince hoping his sticks around. And that one jumped right there into the middle of the moat. So he'll be taking a drop where he came in. Ballison ripping a nice forehand out there, something overstable, and it sticks around in the inner circle. Great shot. So this is for Mike's birdie, and that was a great putt. Had to lean out, kind of ante it around that tree, knowing Chris was in there close. Good putt. So Vince for his 3 from where he crossed in. And just a little bit wide. Chad knocking in the 2. And Chris should be as well. So after 7, Chris is 3 up on Mike, and Vince and Chad are back to all square. Hole 9, 315 feet. A little bit of a low ceiling. There is OB in the right, in the grass only. The sidewalk does not play as OB. Chris ripping his forehand out there, a little bit high. And that stays safe. Like I said, the sidewalk is not OB. Mike putting a good move on this forehand and almost decapitating that guy over there on the planter. He didn't seem to worry about it too much. Little Matrix style. And Chad trying to take him out as well, making the poor guy jump up. He's like, what is going on? Vince trying to stay away from him and just throwing his Eagle McMahon MD3 right up the middle. We'll have a look from there. So Chris from about 40. Give it a decent run. Vince from about the same distance. Oh, a little high. Walden right off the front of the cage. Mike said he doesn't like the elevators too much with that short miss earlier, so he likes the fact that he's eye level with it on this one. And the planter straddled around the tree. Just left it a little bit low. Not quite. Chris with his 3 secure. Vince as well. Should be pretty easy work for the rest of these guys. So par frame there as well. No blood drawn on that hole. So after 8, Chris is still 3 up. Vince and Chad all square. So hole 1's playing a little different than the signage. It's actually playing reverse. You can see the T sign down there, kind of shooting to just to the right of that little circular spot where the old guy was sitting earlier that almost got hit. And the grass does play all OB. So Chris throwing him forehand out there, not getting a very good skip. Mike trying to improve on that. Doing a little flex, coming back, big skip, and we'll have a good look from there. That was a great shot. Vince is taking the low up the middle over OB the whole way and absolutely peering it. A little big of a skip right there, but he'll have a look. Pure shot. And Ballison lining up the turnover shot. Trying to flex it right, but it came out super early and right into the bush over the fence, but it still plays in bounds. So he's scrambling, trying to get a par, knowing that Vince threw a pretty good drive. And that'll get him up there for a solid look. Good little recovery shot. Chris just laying it up. Here's Vince to win the hole. Caged it. Oh, Mike with the dirty spit out. Chris has one. Now Mike has one. The ball is in like a bull, kicking all that dust up, trying to get his footing. Found it. See all that dust around him. Bang. Great par. Another par frame. After 9, Chris is 3 up on Mike. Vince and Chad's match, all square. Hole 2.
About halfway there. Oh, you clicked it? Oh, come on.
He's ripping that classic rock out there. One of his favorites. I was on a line right there. Should get him about 10 to 15 feet, a little bit long. Pressure's on Mike here. And he delivers. Great shot. Vince throwing out a little low, trying to get that flare. Gets a big flare. Chad McBallerson. A little flex.
It's a lefty ball.
Big skip, but he'll have an open look for a birdie.
You're right.
Vince has a little bit of tree issues here. I'm gonna go ahead and try to fight right through it. Oh, ricochet the hit. Good try. A little smile from Vince. So Chad has a chance right here to take a 1-stroke lead. Or I should say 1-hole lead, and he cashes it in. Great bird. Great bird from Mike. And he said he doesn't like the elevated baskets. So Chris is pretty much parked, but that branch is touching the chains. It's pretty brutal placement right there. So he's gonna try to power right through it. And it just smacks it right out. That's pretty tough when you're like 8-10 feet and just absolutely boned. So after 10, Chris is 2 up on Mike, and Vince is 1 down to Chad now. So moving on to hole 3. A little low for Mike, but it's skipping down there.
So you hear that dude that was selling the disc shot like his group shot the 24.
He wants a little bit of redemption on this hole after that short miss last time.
That's better.
Pure running right into that same tree. I want to fought through a little bit more though. Here comes that Chattel Lantern again. Oh, just dead pull into the bush, but it spits it out. Lucky that spit out. He'll have a little bit of a look right there for his upshot. Could have been a lot worse. I think Vince is going with that Eagle MD3 again. He got himself down there for a look. Boston showing a touch off with another forehand approach. He has those dialed down. That's a good play for him.
Andrew wouldn't be able to get
So Mike's running this one 100%. Dropping down. Oh, just flashed it. Great run. Chris giving it a little half go. Stay right there. Vince got it down there again. Another good look at a bird. A little wide on that. Got some work coming back. Solid putt. Basket's pretty high. Nothing to gimme on this one. He's just trying to figure out how to get it out of there.
I see these chains leaning. Is that regulation?
So we ball us in to tie the hole. Gets it done.
It's leaning like Little John over here.
Got Mike to clean up his par after a good birdie run. Wait, what? Oh man, he just does not like this hole. That was 2 short misses on it in the round. Chris capitalizes. It happens. It's no gimme on those high ones. After 11, Chris back to 3 up, and Chad is 1 up on Vince.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Chad trying to throw it high, hitting early, shooting left. Gonna be in a little bit of trouble because there is a Mando on that tree to the left. He has to go back around it. Chris throwing it low, getting some skip. Just holding a straight line.
Oh yeah.
So Vince, knowing Chad could be some trouble, is trying to shoot one down there. And hits that bush again.
Better watch out, Vincent.
Mike getting out there low, trying to get a flare. And got around that bush, but I think he might have gone to the other one. Chad trying to lay down a 2-finger roller, and the disc is a little too stable. So that's going to put him almost in the moat. I think he was safe. He's ripping a forehand down there. Ends up a little bit long. So Chad is scrambling here. Vince just wants to lay up, take the par, take the hole. Looks like he's done that. So Mike's straddling out from that second bush. And just a little bit high on there, flared out a bit. So we got Chad coming back for, I believe, is 4. And it's not going to do. Oh, another one. Chris knocking in the bird. And that little shot just skipped all the way down there. So after 12, Chris is 4 up now on Mike. And Vincent Chad's match is back to all square. So hole 5, which is our 13th hole. See if Chris could correct off of the last round shot. A little better angle on that one. Gets the skip. And underneath the basket. I think he'll like that. So Mike feeling the heat, knowing to do something here. Going for the ace. Oh, just flashed it. Another great shot. Knew what he had to do, and he tried to do it. Vince does not want to get stuck in that tree again, taking it a little bit lower. And that'll be safe. Right there in the middle. Ballerson going big thumber again. See it coming out, spiking down. And we'll have an outside look. Vince for his birdie. A little bit short, right on line. So Ballerson could take the hole here. Oh, great bid. Just a little bit high. So knowing that Chris is pretty much pinned, Mike knows he has to make this and just leaves it a bit short. You get those big ace runs like that, sometimes they don't stick around. And then you see Chris's disc right there, picking that up for him. Drop in bird. So after 13, Chris is now 5 up on Mike. Vincent and Chad's match is still all square. 14th hole coming up, hole 6. Textbook hyzer by Chris. He's played this hole once or twice. There's Big Tad right there. And as I'm filming him, Mike just goes ahead and rips. It's a forehand line, a little unorthodox, but it'll work. Gets him down there. Vince ripping the hyzer down there. Getting a nice skip.
That's a good shot.
Chad ripping that hyzer as well. Hoping to get off of that and just swatted it down. Chad getting a little funky with this one. Going back to his well, the forehand approach. Oh, he's all over with that. He's got that thing locked. So Mike, oh, the ricochet and almost dropped it in the bucket. And Vince taking the birdie and taking the hole. And Chris knocking in the birdie. And that's going to end our first match. So after 14, Chris wins his match 6-4. And Vince takes the 1-hole advantage over Chad. So here goes that pretty sketchy double island hole and another perfect shot from Vince.
Yeah, it's gonna be out.
Loves that glow MD3. Chad ripping that forehand out again, and hard to tell if that one's stuck in or not. And it was just outside, so Chad from the drop zone. Get up. And Vince is right there. Perfect shot. Knocking it in, no problem. Vince catching a little bit of fire at the end of his match, taking 2 holes in a row. So after 15, Vince with the 2-up lead over Chad. So now back over to hole 8, our 16th hole. Vince getting a little grip locky on that one, hoping it'll kick into the inner circle, but unfortunately, that one's in the moat. So here comes McBallerson. Knowing that he has to do something. And couldn't tell if that was in the moat or not. Oh, great run from Vince. So it looks like his was safe right there. Cannon that one. Great putt by McBallerson. Back against the wall. So after 16, Vince's lead is now down to 1 up over Chad. 2 holes to play. Getting pretty tight in this match. A little bit low on Chad's drive right there. I think it was in his head from the last one still, where overcooked it. And Vince with that glow MD3 again, just peering it down there. Alright, looking like Chad needs to can it. Get up. And Vince banging that one out with a win in his match as well. So after 17, Vince wins his match 2-1. That's going to be setting up our championship match next week, right there. Chris Pasuino, Vince Cervantes. Should be fun. Hopefully it'll be a good match. I will be there filming that one as well. You know, championship coverage. Thanks all you guys for letting me hang out with you, film it. It was fun. Great shooting, some close matches. Curry. Thanks for watching, everybody.